A group of 7 senators introduced a framework for immigration and DACA recipients today. It's called the Secure and Succeed Act, and it mirrors the White House framework. Joining me now is a co-sponsor of that piece, Republican Senator from Iowa, Joni Ernst. Great to have you back with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shannon.
Okay, we want to give people a little overview here, so we have a few points for this. A pathway to citizenship for 1.8 million DACA-eligible immigrants, $25 billion for Border Security Trust Fund. You're going to limit chain migration, not get rid of it, but then reallocate diversity visa lottery slots as well. So it sounds a lot like we heard from the White House, right, with some tweaks.
It does mirror what the White House had put out previously. So we're excited about the opportunity to really work on this legislation. We think that it will be a good pathway forward for those DACA recipients. And important for the folks back in Iowa is that it does have border security and protections in place in this bill as it is. So we're excited.
Okay, how do you respond to those who say, but you're not getting the wall per se?
Well, we are. In certain areas, of course, there will need to be a physical structure. But in other areas, that may not be necessary. So we can rely on other technologies like radar, overhead security with unmanned vehicles or aerial vehicles, other ways of making sure that we are protecting, adding additional border agents. We don't have to have a physical wall in every location.
Okay, I want to play a little bit of what Congressman Jim Jordan, one of the conservative members over in the House, had to say this weekend on Fox News Sunday. Chris Wallace asked him about the proposals we've seen coming out of the Senate. Here's how he responded.
What's being proposed in the Senate is not going to be acceptable to conservatives in the House, guarantee it, because it's not going to be acceptable to the American people. If they do legislation like what is Chairman Goodlatte's legislation that has been worked on by him, Congressman Labrador, Congressman McCall, if they put that kind of legislation on the floor, you will see conservatives support that because, again, Chris, it's consistent with what the American people elected us to do in 2016.
Okay, so you have a few hurdles to get this through the Senate, but if it goes to the House, you know you're going to face some serious opposition there. A lot of folks have termed what they see this as is amnesty when they talk about those 1.8 million who are here illegally. How do you answer those concerns?
I would answer that by saying you can't give amnesty to someone who hasn't broken the law. So the DACA recipients were brought here by their parents who broke the law, but the children of those parents, they did not do anything wrong. They are here, they're living in our communities, they're providing great services, whether as our children's classmates, they're churchgoers, they are volunteering in the communities, they're going to college. So many of them are providing back to their communities. They haven't broken the law. So what we want to do is find a pathway forward to them. And I see it as a great opportunity. So if you look at the sponsors of this bill, I would say they're all very strong conservatives.
That's true. And a couple of them now have lost some endorsements by conservative groups. I want to read a little bit from one group that is not happy about this. They're going after Senators Cotton and Grassley, 2 of your co-sponsors on this as well. Alapac says, by attempting to triple Obama's DACA amnesty and make that abomination against our Constitution into a permanent law, these senators and the Trump administration are betraying Republican voters on a massive scale. Americans want our existing immigration laws enforced, not new elaborate promises designed to sugarcoat and pass an amnesty bill for illegal aliens.
Well, again, I would push back a little bit because these were children that were brought here. No fault of their own, and the 1.8 million is an approximate number. We know that there are DACA-eligible young men and women out there that did not come forward and register. So to make sure all of them are included, if they would like to participate in a pathway forward, then they would need to come forward. So the large number, while it may seem large to some, we are thinking at least it's all inclusive, and we won't have to go back and readdress some of the concerns later on. But again, these are members of our community. We do value them, and we want to make sure we are doing the right thing by them.
And it sounds like there is some bipartisan happiness on the Senate side that the leader, Senator McConnell, is going to open this up for amendments and allow it to be a very collaborative process. We know it'll take time, but we will track your proposal as it works through this process.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
I appreciate it so much.
Good to see you.